looky here. It's the Pat and JT podcast.
Pat and JT podcast.
Love getting your texts, 402-403-9478, or Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can just go to It's Pat and JT, and that's how you can get a hold of us. It's super easy.
Absolutely. So I, in real life, totally forgot about the VMAs. That's not the first year.
I didn't even forget about them. I didn't even know about it until I heard yesterday when they said VMAs are tonight. I hadn't paid attention. My circle is so not that anymore.
Yeah,
I'm interested in I like the music. I like, I like the artists.
Do you like Taylor's new album, Lover?
I do. I like this. I've heard I think 2 songs or a song.
Probably 2 songs.
I always like.
She's got that "Calm Down" or whatever that one is.
Yeah, I don't like that song.
Okay, she opened the VMAs with that last night. She caught some grief though because apparently she was lip syncing and not bad. She wasn't syncing.
Again,
either that
are we
or
all
it was
shocked?
the network.
We're shocked that Google keep tracks our stuff. We're shocked that Amazon, our Alexas listen all the time. We're shocked that Taylor Swift lip syncs.
I am.
I'm just not anymore. It's like I guess our bar has really gone down because I'm not. It doesn't surprise me anymore.
That's sad.
It is sad.
Your expectations are nowhere where they should be.
But then you see people like Kenny Chesney and Pink and these guys that go out and put on these huge, enormous shows and they don't lip sync.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, who's phoning it in?
Mm-hmm. She caught some grief though. It was the performance. It was the song. It was this and that. But she wasn't the big headline, even though she won apparently for Video of the Year. John Travolta was on stage. And you may remember John Travolta from years past when he gave an award to, wasn't it, what did he call her? Adele something or other?
Oh, I don't remember.
Remember that?
Vaguely,
remember
I know.
that?
I remember this, but I don't know yours. I don't remember.
Adele Dazeem, I think is what he called her. Let me see if I can find this. Because apparently what happened, okay, we'll get to the whole story there, but what happened on the VMAs is he had the Video of the Year award to give away, and he tried to give it to one of the drag race contestants, formerly with RuPaul. Mm-hmm. I think the name is Jade Jolie or Jolie Jade. I'm sorry, don't know for sure, but she looks remarkably like Taylor, and Taylor is super tall, and of course, super tall, and almost gave the award away to the wrong. He tried really hard to give it to the wrong person. And while presenting the award, he asked Queen Latifah to read the winner's name out loud because I'll just F it up. Because he did last time with...
That's funny.
Idina
Menzel?
No. Oh, I can't remember her name now. Oh, this is terrible. But anyway, she used to be married to... Oh, man.
Wow.
I can't say anything right.
Wow.
I have no names. See, this is how scripted I am.
Right.
Not... what was her? Menzel. Idina Menzel.
That's what I just said. Idina Menzel. She was married. She was married. I said, and you literally said, no, that's not it. Taye Diggs. She was married to Taye Diggs. Yeah, I think she was.
No.
Idina Menzel. She played.
Google.
Idina Menzel
Frozen.
was. And was the Elphaba in Wicked, and I believe she was married to Taye Diggs.
Idina Menzel. She was. No, I don't think that's who she was married to. See, and I'm going to argue this, and I'm probably going to lose that argument too. I don't even know. I know who she was married to. I do know who she was married to. Wasn't she married to what's his bucket that Miley Cyrus?
Idina Menzel, 2003 to
She was
2014.
God dang it.
Yeah.
I lose.
Yeah.
Man, my pop culture score just dropped.
Man, I guess.
I didn't.
I guess. You just did the audio version of giving an award to the drag queen Taylor Swift.
I tried really hard.
You did.
I tried really hard to hook her up with somebody else, but okay. Anyway, but John Travolta apparently making the rounds because he's going to be back with Kirstie Alley doing something, and also back with Grease. They're going to do a Grease reunion.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And so they're going to have. We need more Grease.
Do we?
So,
do we need more Grease?
I did not watch the VMAs. I just saw that video. That was the first thing I saw waking up the morning after the VMAs. That was the first thing that I saw because apparently it happened and he turned into a meme quicker.
There's those teams of people that just wait for something to happen and instantly they go down in the basement where they have all the 12-year-olds that are have them stop making pants and start making memes.
There's a guy, Trump fan or no, there's a guy, and a lot of times you'd see Trump would say something or something would come out, and there'd be some kind of a meme, usually pro-Trump. And sometimes it made fun of what he did. Sometimes it just like.
Sometimes funny's just funny. It doesn't matter what
sometimes
side.
funny's just funny. But anyway, the guy that did that was finally outed. Somebody figured out, because people were literally giving credit to Trump. And I'm like, dude, he's not doing that. He's not doing his own memes.
If he is.
Because people are like, this is ridiculous. The president's making memes. I'm like, no, he's not. He's retweeting them.
But hey, just everybody calm down.
Sometimes funny's funny. But the guy, he got outed. Somehow somebody figured out who he was. And he goes by some other name online, of course, like so many people do.
Yeah.
I have my own troll. I get it. And anyway, somebody found out his real name and they doxed him. And then he started getting death threats in the mail.
People are crazy.
I'm
man.
like, funny's funny, dude. Sometimes things are just funny. Just let the guy be
And why
who he is.
Right, just back off. Let him be funny. Just don't follow him. Just don't pay attention to what he does. Who
Don't.
cares? Why you gotta threaten him? Threaten his family.
He's not even doing them anymore. He's not even
Jeez.
really. I don't think I've seen a meme that he's done of late. But anyway, yeah, the poor guy. I felt bad for anybody that happens to. And I know we don't usually talk real news, but of late there were some people on the right who were saying, you know what, that's it. We're going to find out we're going to go dig in the tweets of some of the journalists, quote unquote. They put air quotes around them, and we're going to publish these tweets. And all of a sudden, then the journalists were like, you can't do that. That's horrible. You shouldn't do that to journalists. And even though that's what they've been doing,
right?
And digging in the tweets of college students, digging in the tweets. I mean, you would see some things that would come up, and you're like, okay, this guy's 24 now. He was 16 when he did that.
Right.
Imagine what you would have done at 16 if you had the Twitter.
Right. Yeah. 100%.
Right?
And people change. You could be one way when you're 21 and a completely different way when you're 40, and you shouldn't be held to those. If you did something, it's like, I'm not talking about crimes or murder, but if you have ideology or if you have beliefs, whatever, you can change.
Some of the presidential candidates right now, they didn't, and I can't believe that there isn't like a factory that puts together a presidential team, digital age, right? And so it's all 20-somethings, maybe 30-somethings.
Yeah.
And they are experts at scrubbing your timeline, all these things before you go public and say, I'm running for president.
And they have companies that do that even for just people going to get a job at ConAgra.
It's true.
Yeah.
Because you really need to think about these things, because unfortunately, people put a lot of weight. And see, at the very beginning, remember when it first started with the Facebook stuff, and that the schools and colleges, that's redundant, schools and jobs were going through people's social media.
Yeah.
To decide if they were going to. Yeah, it was like this new way to vet people. And I was like, well, I don't know if that's really a good way to vet people.
And then on the other side of it, though, when Scott Frost said, I think it was Big Ten Media Days, when he said that we will go through any recruit. He goes, if you have anything on any social media platform, anything that is disparaging towards women or is off color, anything, you're just not a fit for us. We're not going to recruit you.
It's either you think ahead and get rid of it. Mm-hmm. Because if that's how you want to be known, that's what's going to happen. Fair or no. Yeah. Fair or no. Whether it's just funny is funny sometimes, but sometimes it's sexist.
Yeah.
I'm going to just say it. But it's just amazing to me that even the presidential candidates at that level, working with the national committees, don't have people that are hired, kind of like computer companies hire somebody to hack them. To see if they can find the bugs, find that open back doors that, however it is, you'd think that there'd be somebody that you hire to go out and basically do a hit on their social media. Yeah. Just trying to find that one thing.
Right. And with social media specifically, everyone is a researcher. So you would think if someone has already gone through everybody's tweet, every celebrity's had every tweet from the very first one gone through.
And yet we still have surprises.
Right.
Yet we still have posts where somebody throws up a screenshot because they know it's going to get deleted the minute that somebody points to it. They throw up that screenshot, and you can't even trust those.
No, you can't trust anything.
Because those can be manufactured.
Of course.
So if somebody throws up a screenshot and you think this is ridiculous, just discount it, because more than likely somebody
Well,
It's just trying to twist your opinion.
Was it a few episodes ago when we were talking about the Kardashians and again assuming that people have people to vet stuff
about
before it's
people
made
who have
public?
people, they
right.
have people.
I mean, there are multiple billionaires in that family, and yet there are still pictures getting out of somebody with 6 legs in a Photoshop picture. It's like, wouldn't you think
she
someone
had 6 toes?
Whatever.
It was Kim.
Whatever.
And she just put out her new.
I like 6 legs better. That's a really messed up group of people.
How did nobody catch this?
Really?
I don't know. Nobody caught this. This is crazy. Because you know that there are people, as we said before, when you see a slogan that's wrong or something that's discriminatory or something that's just at its base, it's just spelled wrong. Even.
Yeah.
And you think somebody wrote it, somebody produced it, somebody packaged it, somebody opened it, somebody distributed it.
And nobody raised their hand and say, hey, wait a second, this looks wrong.
That goes right with, what was it the other day? Somebody had a street sign in town. It was out near Elkhorn.
Oh,
it was
right.
something in Veterans Drive, and Veterans is spelled wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, when I first moved in my neighborhood, I'm near Boys Town.
Yeah.
One of the streets there is El Dorado.
Yeah.
And when I first moved in, I remember in that area, there's on the north side, like near Blondo, El Dorado Drive comes out up there. And it said El Dorado.
El Dorado.
El Dorado. And I pointed it out to somebody, and they were like, I've lived here 15 years. I never noticed that.
Because your mind is seeing El Dorado, so you see El Dorado, and you're like, whatever.
Right? And it was I was new to the area. So when I was looking at street
Fresh
signs, everything was new to me. And I was like, El Dorado.
El Dorado.
I ain't moving there.
El Dorado and what's that other street by goes right by Lakeside? It's right just north
Francis?
of. No, Francis is okay.
Francis is near
Francis
there.
is fine. It's like Dort or it's some. What is
Dorcas.
it? Dorcas. There you go.
That's a real name, though.
Yeah,
That's not a misspelling.
Well, I know. I'm saying, but just still, if El Dorado was a real name, I wouldn't want to move to El Dorado or Dorcas. No
Dorcas.
offense to people on Dorcas.
Some people live on Dorcas.
Yeah, they do.
I'm just saying, just so you know. But yeah, it just cracks me up because so many people had to touch that. Even the guy putting it up had to look at it and say, I didn't know that's how you spelled this.
Sometimes people their level of care on things, just like their level of give an F is just not there. Like,
I'll give you that.
whatever.
That is true.
Just like the people that you're walking through the grocery store and you'll see a thing of cold cuts, obviously supposed to be in the refrigerator, and it's sitting like where the Q-tips are. Like somebody didn't even think just to go back and just put it back.
Or even better yet, just take it to the checkout.
Yeah, they'll put it back.
They'll put it back.
Yeah.
They have no problem with that. If you say, I meant to put this back. Oh,
Yeah.
no problem. Hey, Jimmy, come here.
Yeah.
Go put this back.
Yep.
Not a problem. You don't have to leave it
NBD.
next to the Q-tips.
Gosh.
Okay, so let's see here. What else is going on in the world?
Maybe the problem is just
Yeah.
to little sidebar
What is-
on this one.
What is the problem?
Maybe the people that are doing these signs and aren't catching things is they need to get their vision checked. maybe they need to get rid of the glasses because they're foggy. Get rid of the contacts because one of them
That's
fell
old
out.
school.
Obviously,
It's old school too. You know, when you're out in the weather and you got glasses on, without fail, and you go to put your glasses on, one of two things: either they're covered with raindrops or they steam over in the summertime. You could do without that, right?
Yeah.
There's technology that can erase that problem from your world, and Kugler Vision has it, and they'd love to show it to you. They'll put it out on the table for you so you can take a look at it yourself. You go in for their consultation, and once you go through the testing, you find out exactly what is up with your eyes. What, if you got a problem, can we fix it? And if we can fix it, here's a number one LASIK provider in the state, by the way. I'm just going to throw that out
it's
there.
a pretty big deal.
When it comes to any procedure like that, they have all the versions of those procedures in-house, and they're experts at it. And they can offer you several different options, or they have the ability to pick the exact option, and they do it in-house. That's why people come from far away to go to Kugler Vision. Mm-hmm. But you go through the tests, and you know exactly where you are with your eyes, what's wrong, what can be right. You can get rid of the glasses, get rid of the contacts.
It's fantastic.
It is.
And when you sign up for the consultation, make sure you tell them that you heard it on the Pat and JT podcast.
There actually is a little place for that. They'll
Just
ask you
Pat
where
and
you
JT
heard about
podcast.
it.
Make sure you put it in there. It'll help everybody out.
Absolutely.
Help us
That
all
would
out.
be nice, right? Help us all out.
It'll
That'd be
help us
great.
out.
I'm trying to look for something else.
We're at 18 minutes. That's pretty good. We used to do 20.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we need to step it up. Just a touch.
Maybe we need to not. I mean, maybe we're doing too much because our listens have gone down by almost over 100 since then.
Well, see then. Well, there is a. Next week we could talk about next week at Lead Belly.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
I mean, that would work. Let's just do that.
Yeah, okay.
So one more thing before we go. There is something coming up in September in Omaha that we're going to be part of. And we want to invite you guys to come down to the kickoff of it, which is September 3rd. So after the long weekend, September 3rd, 2019, because I know in 2020, I don't want you to be confused.
Right.
So in 2019, Tuesday night, if you've never been down to Lead Belly's Midtown, easy to get around. It's right across from the parking on the one side of Farnham. It's on the south side of Farnham. So you can park in that parking garage right there. You get 3 hours of free parking, by the way. And when you visit any of the shops, Midtown, they'll stamp it for you. So you get 3 hours of free. But you can park right inside the indoor parking and then just trot across the street to Lead Belly's. They are doing a really neat promotion in the month of September. And Tony Young is going to be on our podcast, as a matter of fact, along with some other great organizations.
And it might even be like its very own bonus episode too. It's that big of a deal.
It might be actually. Yeah. It might be a bonus episode, so just a little extra because it's going to be longer than normal. But it explains some of the organizations, and what he's doing is called Eat, Drink, Cure. Eat, Drink, Cure, and they're taking a portion of the proceeds, not only of Lead Belly here, but also in Lincoln. And then there are other restaurants involved in Lincoln, and we'll get into all those details. Yeah. Kicking it off at 6:00 on Tuesday night. And it's for childhood cancer research.
Yeah, it's such a great cause, extremely underfunded.
Right.
It's very underfunded.
They need to raise money, raise awareness. And a couple of things that we learned, and we're going to go more into depth on Tuesday of finding out exactly what all these organizations do, which, by the way, they're all local volunteers who are taking care of a lot of children, their families, their friends, just that extended circle of people that are all affected when a child is diagnosed. And hearing the numbers of the cancer cases in children in Nebraska are escalating and actually are higher than any of the states that surround Nebraska, and they don't know why.
Yeah, it's unnerving. It's scary. Yeah, very scary.
But we'll be talking about that. But what they're doing is the entire month of September, when you go to eat Lead Belly Midtown, and then also the restaurants in Lincoln, they're donating proceeds to those organizations to help with research. Yeah. So plan on Tuesday night to come see us.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're gonna be out there eating getting a Lead Belly at Lead Belly's. It's delicious.
Their mac and cheese looks legit. I've never had it yet. I went down there to eat and had one of their mushroom burgers.
Tuesday, you need to have it.
I am absolutely going to. The mushroom burger, though, is awesome.
Love mushroom burgers.
Yeah, so good. Okay.
And we'll be watching our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter because we'll be throwing out information on that as well.
You bet.
Rate, review, subscribe our podcast. It's Pat and JT everywhere.
Pat and JT Podcast. A Parkville Media Production.